Maybe, Nez Nation, my fellow Americans, I have uncovered a lot. I have been doing some serious due diligence today, some extensive research on USAID, and the corruption, as expected, is abysmal. It's abominable. It is treacherous. It's treasonous. These people need to be tried for acts of sedition. I've said this many times before. But it goes even deeper. And so buckle up because I have a lot to share with you today. And the kind of crux of what I'm going to share with you today has a lot to do with the fact that the Hippocrats were the biggest hypocrites, liars, deceitful, scoundrel cockroaches in the game. And George Soros, their billionaire sponsored funder, are behind something even more nefarious. And yes, you and I have been behind the entire funding of this. I have discovered that USAID has pushed nearly $500 million, 472 million to be exact, through a secretive US government financed NGO. If you don't know what an NGO is, it's basically a BS front for funneling and laundering money under the guise of a nonprofit government organization called Internews Network. Let's go to my trusty outline. I know you love the outline. Let's go right there. Okay, as I said, $500 million has gone towards this secret government entity called Internews Network. It even has a creepy, kind of evil sounding villain name, doesn't it? Internews Network. It sounds awful. Anything the government tries to do, anything bureaucracy tries to do, it just creates. Do you want to talk about dastardly deeds, Al Green? This is the dastardly deed that you guys are so scared to come out. I mean, it just sounds awful. Let me know in the comments what you think. So the USAID has funneled $500 million through Internews Network. Internews has worked with check this out, 4,291 media outlets, producing 4,799 hours of broadcasts. Can you imagine, Nez Nation, the amount of censorship, suppression, fake news that is obtained within that almost 5,000 hours of broadcasting? And if you don't know this, Soros just bought up over 200 radio stations. Hopefully Trump's new FCC director, who I think he is looking into this. But essentially, he was given carte blanche by Biden and Kamala to buy over 200 radio networks to essentially do what they have been doing for the last couple of decades, which is trying to suppress people like me, trying to censor people like me, trying to suppress the truth, attack Trump, and go after MAGA. Essentially, that's what they've been doing. They've reached up to, look at this, 778 million people. 778 million people. So the next time you come across somebody who's got a severe case of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, this is where I say DEI woke cancerous ideologies. It's a psychological operation, a psyop. It's an invisible, the deadliest contagion that's ever infected society because you can't see it. I'm finding the root of it, y'all. This is the root of it. Trained over 9,000 journalists, my God, supported social media censorship initiatives, claims to have offices in over 30 countries. But wait till I show you this snapshot of their main headquarters. You're not going to believe this. It's something out of a really bad spy movie or government like Tom Clancy novel. Main hubs in US, London, Paris, Kyiv, Bangkok, and Nairobi, led by CEO Jean Bourgault, who I've got a video I'm going to share with you, a video clip of her talking at where else but the WEF, the World Economic Forum. She makes $451,000 a year to orchestrate this fake news cacophony, pageantry of lies. Board co-chaired by Richard J. Kessler and Simone Otis Cox. These are all Democratic donors, of course. And they launched a $10 million fund. Where else? Of course, at the Clinton Global Initiative in 2023. I mean, is it all making sense now, Nez Nation? This is the video you need to share with everybody. This is the video you need to share with everybody who tells you, oh, you're just a right-wing conspiracy. Oh, you're just listening to Breitbart or Alex Jones, or you're paying attention too much to the right-wing conspiracy theorists like Professor Nez. I'm not even right or left. I just love America. I'm not right or left. I love America. What I'm against is liars and hypocrites. And the Hippocrats, aka the Democrats, are the brunt of it all. They have 6 subsidiaries, one in the Cayman Islands to basically avoid taxes, and over 95, get this, my fellow Americans, my fellow global citizens, this affects everybody, not just America, but, indirectly the world is affected by whatever happens here in the States. Over 95% of Internews's budget since 2008, can you believe this, has come from the U.S. government, which means us. So this whole idea of nonprofit NGO, it's all BS. It's all BS, like I've been saying for how long? This is the crazy part. This is something I need to highlight. And I'm going to show you a quick snapshot of this. Their main billing location, I mean, it's something out of some B spy movie, Tom Clancy spy novel. Main billing location, where? I checked Google Maps. It's an abandoned building in California. If that doesn't ring 5 alarm red alarm bells, I don't know what does. An abandoned building in California. Check this out. This is Internews Network. It is a completely abandoned. There's nobody there. You could even see, let me see if I can zoom in. You could even see in the windows, there's nothing in there. There's a couple of ladders. It's an abandoned building in the middle of California. If that does not raise red flags galore, I don't know what does. You want us to be against Doge? You hypocritical laughing stock of the world, embarrassment to the United States of America. You want us to actually believe you and say that Elon Musk, he's dismantling. That's what we want. We want him to dismantle the government. That's what we want. But you're going to call this is their new talking point, their new parroting words. It's a constitutional crisis. It's a constitutional crisis. I've never seen anything like this. They're stopping all of our money laundering schemes. How dare they? Okay, this is where it gets really, really interesting. In the 1990s, Internews began to attract serious money. George Soros and his Open Society Institute became supporters. Is anybody really shocked by that? And now, the introduction of Soros has severe impacts globally. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But first, I want to share this salary compensation I was able to dig up of the key employees of this NGO, non-governmental organization, essentially fronting as a nonprofit. Second person there, Jean Bourgault, is the president and CEO, and you can see her abysmal salary right there. And the reason why this is important is because essentially, this is the person who's in charge of spreading massive fake news, social engineering through PR campaigns, through orchestrated, falsified narratives, and media intelligence operations, basically PSYOP operations. And here's a quick clip of her speaking at the World Economic Forum. Watch this.
Disinformation makes money, and that's one of the, we need to follow that money, and we need to work with and particularly the global advertising industry, that a lot of those dollars go to pretty bad